These are the top 10 Oklahoma workers' compensation myths. If I file a workers' compensation claim, I'll get fired. This is not true. In fact, there's law on point that says if an employer uses any sort of retaliation, i.e. firing you, shortening your hours, or giving you a different position that's in fact a demotion, simply because you filed a workers' compensation claim, they can be penalized substantially. Number two, I'll never get another job if I file a workers' compensation claim. While it's true that employers certainly want to know if a new employer has ever filed a workers' compensation claim, there are certain federal guidelines that do not allow them to ask certain questions about the filing of a workers' compensation claim. What the client really needs to be focused on is not the future employment possibilities as much as getting better now and being compensated for this injury at this particular job. Number three, I'll get better on my own. I don't need to file a workers' compensation claim. This can be a costly mistake, and it's simply untrue. The longer you wait to make the report to your boss and to alert the employer to your injury, the less credibility your claim has and eventually might significantly harm the value of your case. Number four, I won't get enough money to make it worth the hassle to file a workers' compensation claim. While it's true that the workers' compensation laws compensate you based on the percentage of your injury and of your future disability as a result of that injury, it's in fact many times that people are quite shocked at the amount of permanent and partial disability that they might have incurred as a result of their injury, and therefore they become quite shocked at the resulting settlement figure. Number five, I can't afford a lawyer. Well, this is untrue because under Oklahoma law, workers' compensation attorneys that represent the claimant cannot take anything more than a statutory 10% of temporary benefits and a statutory 20% of any permanent benefits. That is on a contingency basis, so typically you will not have to pay a lawyer anything up front. Number six, the workers' compensation process will take too long. While this will be a process, as any administrative proceeding is, there have been many strides made that have expedited the process, getting the injured worker to a doctor, getting them better, and getting their case through the administrative process to settlement. Number seven, the doctors for workers' compensation claims are not as good as other doctors. Some people do hold this belief. I happen to think it's absolutely incorrect. For the most part, the doctors that are used regularly in the workers' compensation system are some of the very best in their fields and that have limited their practices to the areas of workers' compensation injuries. Number eight, if I settle my workers' compensation claim, I can never reopen it. This is not true. If you do take your case to trial, you have a certain period of time in which to return to the court if your symptoms worsen. Number nine, I can handle the workers' compensation adjuster myself. I don't need a lawyer. This, again, simply not true. These workers' compensation adjusters are professionals. They do this for a living. Their job is to limit your treatment and limit your settlement amount. You always want an experienced Oklahoma City workers' compensation lawyer when dealing with an insurance company. Number 10, if their doctor says I'm okay, then I don't have any options. I'm just out of luck. This is not true. An experienced Oklahoma City workers' compensation attorney knows exactly what to do and how to help their injured worker get the treatment they need. Just because the insurance company's doctor says that you're released and you're able to go back to work, they will always try to minimize your injuries. A skilled Oklahoma City workers' compensation attorney knows how to get you the treatment and the settlement you deserve.